What's going on? What's happening, fellas? It's your boy KD. Let's get right into it. So today I'm going to help you guys out with a topic that I've been talking about quite frequently on my channel, and this is people being intimidated by you. Okay, so if you are on your journey to become a top tier man, people will definitely be intimidated by you guys. This is one of those topics, like all of my other topics, that I have quite a bit experience in. Okay, most of the things, probably if not all of the things that I talk to you guys about, I have a lot of experience in. Okay, when I used to work a corporate job, I used to be a car salesman, and I dealt with this a lot, guys, a lot, as far as people being intimidated by me. All right, when you are the top in anything, okay, when you are the best player on the team, when you're the top in your class, when you're the best looking guy in the room, when you're the best looking girl in the room, it is inevitable that people will be intimidated by you, okay? If you are walking around life and no one is intimidated by you, you are doing something wrong, or you're just not doing enough, okay? So today I'm going to talk to you guys about how to handle when people are intimidated by you in the workplace specifically, okay? Because there are going to be many areas in life or many places in life that people are going to be intimidated by you. But I've noticed from my experience, the workplace is probably the most common. It's actually where a lot of us spend most of our day. So that's where we interact with people more at work, okay? And work kind of brings out the best and the worst of people, okay, most individuals. So let's get right into it, fellas. Now today I'm going to give you 2 do's and 2 don'ts, okay? So 2 things to do when people are intimidated by you at work and how to handle it, and 2 things not to do, absolutely not to do. And we're actually going to start off with the don'ts. I want to get that out the way, okay? Because I don't think a lot of people are having a problem doing what they should do. I think a lot of people have a problem not doing what they shouldn't do. And so the first thing that you want to not do, okay, do not do this. When you find out somebody is intimidated by you, or when you notice somebody is intimidated by you, is the first thing I do not want you to do, guys, is please do not be confrontational. Okay, the last thing you want to do at work is create unnecessary enemies. All right, I used to do this a lot. I was like infamous for this, bro. You know, like if I would find out somebody didn't like me, or find out somebody's intimidated by me or threatened by me, I would like escalate the situation and make it worse. Okay, and it's human nature. You know, the last thing that we want as humans is we want to hear somebody talking bad about us, or we want to hear the fact that somebody don't like us, or somebody's jealous of us, or they're intimidated by us. And depending on your personality, you're going to want to kind of push the needle on the situation a little bit. You know, you got to be honest with yourself. You know, I'm a very confrontational person, and really in a good way, you know, and I'm only really confrontational when I see that something is wrong. I want to make it right, you know, and I'm going to, you know, to do anything by all means to make it right. But because I'm so confrontational, you know, when I used to find out people at my job were intimidated by me, you know, I used to sit there and wonder, like, why would that person be intimidated by me? You know, I'm a cool person, you know, and to be honest, and this was before I actually matured as an adult, when I would find out somebody was intimidated by me, I would automatically not like that person. And the reason why I would stop liking that person is because I'm a very confident person. And in my past, I just couldn't fathom how somebody can be intimidated by another grown man. You know, I just couldn't get it, you know, like now I understand, you know, it's common sense. But before, bro, especially when I was younger, I couldn't get it. I didn't understand because I couldn't relate. So when I would find out somebody was threatened by me, or when I would find out somebody was intimidated by me, I would probably make it worse. You know, I would probably go approach the person and confront them and be like, bro, somebody told me you was intimidated by me, bro. What's up? What's the problem? What's the issue? You know, because my old view of intimidation was the person didn't like me. You know, that's what I used to always assume. Like if somebody was intimidated or threatened by me, I would automatically assume that they didn't like me, that they hated me. But that's not always the case. Some people are just intimidated or threatened by you because you just surely outclassed them. You know, you're just better than them in all metrics or a few metrics, and they just feel threatened by you. You know, some people want to be like you, or some people want to be you, and they don't have the capacity to do so. And obviously it's impossible to actually be you, but they don't have the capacity to be like you, so they get intimidated by you. You know, so it's not always the person not liking you. Sometimes the person actually admires you. Okay, so you got to change the way you look at it. So this is another reason why you shouldn't create unnecessary enemies. Sometimes that person actually likes you. You know what I mean? Like I always say this, man, sometimes haters are confused, you know, because they really like the person. They just don't know how to express it. They admire you so much that they don't know how to express it. So they get confused in their own thoughts and emotions and feelings. And so they start to hate you. You know, so when people are intimidated, guys, by you, especially at work, it's not always because they don't like you. So you shouldn't create unnecessary enemies. You shouldn't go talking bad about the person just because you find out that they're intimidated by you. Okay, because especially if you're a high performing person, let's say you're number one at your job. Let's say you're in sales and you're number one, and you got a few people who are intimidated by you. 9 times out of 10, bro, they admire you. They want to be in your position. Even if there's a little hate behind it, they still want to be in your position. And it's natural human law, you know, natural human nature to have a hierarchy, you know, so there's got to be somebody at the top. The person at the top is usually the alpha. That alpha usually intimidates most of the group, especially all the betas in the group. Okay, so it just is what it is. So number one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to create unnecessary enemies. You don't want to create drama, and you don't want to be confrontational. All right, never do this, guys, especially at work, okay? Because at work, you're there for a reason. You're there to make money, okay? You're not there to make friends. You're not there to you know, party. You know, you're not there to have fun. You're there to make money. You're there to provide. So focus on that, okay? Don't get too far in the drama with the workplace and everything. Focus on making money. Focus on getting promoted. Focus on getting to the next level in your life, whatever the case, whatever the goal is. But focus on that, guys. Number 2 thing that you do not want to do, all right, and this is a real big one, guys, and this is a mistake that people can definitely make. When you find out that somebody's intimidated by you, do not go and tell other people, okay? Do not go and tell other people. For the first thing about this, guys, because you're a man, spreading rumors, gossiping, anything like that, it should be forbidden in man code, in bro code, bro. It should be definitely forbidden. I don't spread rumors. I don't gossip. If you ain't in front of me, you won't catch me talking bad about you. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So as a man, you should never talk bad about another man or woman when they're not present. Okay? Especially when they're not present. Now, at work, what can happen is, you know, you can find out somebody's intimidated by you. You got a buddy that you're close to at work, and you go tell him, hey, bro, I heard such and such was intimidated by me. Or did you know that such and such was intimidated by me? That's the last thing you want to do, guys, because that's another thing with creating enemies. Let's say somebody is intimidated by you, and you go tell your homeboy at work, and your homeboy goes back and tells somebody else. That person who was quote-unquote intimidated by you, chances are they probably wasn't even intimidated by you. It's just a rumor that you heard or something that you suspected. Now you got an enemy. Now that person that heard about it, the person who was intimidated by you, now they're upset with you because now they think you're spreading rumors about them being intimidated by you. Or let's say they are intimidated by you. Let me ask you a question, guys. Do you think if you're intimidated somebody, you want everybody else to know? No, you don't want to know. It's kind of embarrassing, especially if it's another man. Okay, guys? So that person does not want people to know this stuff. Like, because if they did, they'll just be telling everybody and you won't have to tell anybody. But they don't want people to know. So this is why you should keep your mouth closed. All right? If you find out somebody's intimidated by you, close your mouth. Keep it pushing. I got some things that you want to do to help the situation out, because the simple fact about it is you're at work. All right? You're at work. You're not at a party. You're not at a get-together. You're not at some club. You're at work. So there's priority. You need your job. Okay, I'm the last person to say, you know, you should just act how you feel, do what you want. You shouldn't care what people think while you're at work. That is dumb advice, and I would never give that to you. Okay, that is narcissistic, and that's going to lead you broke and jobless. Okay, so especially if you got a good job or you care about your job or you need your job. Okay, because this is a big deal. I see people lose their jobs every day because of social drama, stupid stuff, he say, she say stuff, rumors, gossiping, things like that. So we want to talk about the do's, some 2 things that you do want to do. First thing you want to do, you find out if a person is intimidated by you. And this person is not like threatening you or being mean towards you or spreading rumors about you or talking trash about you, one thing that you can do, guys, is you can attempt to make that person feel comfortable around you. Okay, and this is something that I had to learn to do. All right, I had to put my ego and my pride aside, and I really had to understand and learn how to do this. Because for the simple fact about it, like I said, is you're at work and you're at work to progress. And the crazy thing about work is you never know who you're gonna need. You never know if that janitor that you walk by and you don't speak to every day is gonna one day be the CEO of the company. This happens, guys. You never know if that waitress or that secretary, the receptionist is one day gonna be your boss one day because she worked her way up. So it will behoove you to be mean to her, or to talk trash about people, to make people feel small. So one thing that I've learned, and I don't work corporate jobs anymore. I stay away from that stuff. I work for myself now. If I was going to go back to that type of situation, I would try to be cool with everybody. I would really try to be cool with everybody. And it really goes against my personality. I got like a rebellious personality. I really don't care what people think. I really don't care what people say. I don't care about being liked. But in a work situation, that is one of the places where you need to care. Put your pride aside. You can be all macho, alpha male, tough, whatever. Now you ain't got no job. You know what I'm saying? It's like whatever, bro. Like some places you gotta put your pride aside. All right, you gotta put your ego aside in some places. So if you find out somebody's intimidated by you and their person is not being a threat towards you and they're not being mean to you, pull them aside. Make them feel comfortable. Introduce yourself. Let them know that you're a cool person. Tell them something embarrassing about you so they can, bring their guards down so they can understand that you're just a human as well. Okay, a lot of the times when people are intimidated by you, they think it's because they think you're perfect. They think you have no flaws. I've had to do this many times. I had to pull people aside that I knew was threatened or intimidated by me and let them know, give them like real facts and proof that I am human. I am only human. I used to work with a guy, and I told you how I used to be, number one salesman every month where I sold cars. And there was a guy, he was never number one, never at the top, never even in the middle. And I knew he was intimidated by me. I knew for a fact because I used to, catch the way he used to look at me sometimes. He used to make little side comments, little playful comments, but they were still kind of directed towards me to kind of belittle me. And one day I really had to put my ego aside, man, because he's a really cool guy. So I put my ego aside. One day we had like a little event at work. Everybody had pizza and snacks and all this stuff. So I walked up to him and, I never really introduced myself to him. We never, formally introduced ourselves. So I walked up to him. I introduced myself, told him my name, asked him the questions, trying to get to know him. And, he never really asked me any questions back because I know he had his guard up. So I just started telling him stuff about me, bro. I was telling him things that I wouldn't normally tell people, kind of embarrassing stories about myself, things that kind of expose myself. And I slowly watched him get more comfortable around me. And I kind of hit the nail on the head. I knew that he was intimidated and threatened by me because I just gave off this perfect persona. I came to work on time every day, always dressed nice, always punctual, always speaking well, always on time. Everything always lined up, numbers always high, and then I'm out the door. So that's all he can see of me. Haircut always fresh, great shape, great smile, speaking well. That's all he can see of me. So no wonder why he was intimidated by me. He never saw the dark side. He never saw the real side of me. So I gave him a little snippet of it. And he became more comfortable around me. And that's one less person that I had any animosity with at work. That's what you want to aim for, guys. That's exactly what you want to aim for. I know we live in a world where everybody's divided. Everybody's an individual. Everybody kind of cares only about themselves. But at a certain point, bro, at some point, you got to care about other people and what they think and how they feel as well. All right, guys. So, I know you probably thought that this is going to be one of them videos where it tells you to act a certain way towards your enemies or people who are threatened by you. No, look, bro, I'm going to keep it real, bro. And this is coming from a top tier man's perspective. You don't have time for all that drama. If it ain't serving your purpose, fix it, get rid of it, and keep it going. It took me 5 minutes to talk to that guy at work, bro, and I kept it going. And he actually became a positive to my journey at work because he actually was good. Like, we used to get these surveys from like customers where the car dealership would get awarded or deducted points for either good or bad surveys. I was horrible at getting surveys. Like, I never even asked my customers to do a survey. I just sold the car and kept it pushing. But I need to get my survey numbers up, even though I was a top car salesman. That guy that I approached and that I made feel comfortable around me, he was a monster at surveys, probably the best at the dealership. So what happened? I got him on my team. I got him to start helping me out with the surveys. So my survey numbers, came up. Became a better salesman. Way better salesman than I already was. So there's pluses and advantages to building connections, and stop just trying to be an individual and not caring about what people think. At some point, you got to care about what people think, especially at work, especially at work. There is no reason why you should have drama with anybody at work. No reason. If you have drama with people at work, you have unresolved social issues. Trust me, or you're immature. You're at work. You're there to work. You're there to grind. You're there to make money. Everybody gets up in the morning, puts on their pants, and drives to that place or their facility or their establishment just like you for one sole purpose: to make money. All right, so that's what you should be focused on. All right. Now, another thing, the last thing I want to talk about, something else that you should do at work when you find out somebody is intimidated by you. And this was pretty simple. All right, pretty simple. And this is in the case to where the person who's intimidated by you, they're kind of a detriment to your career, your job. Meaning, if you approach them or if you interact with them in any way, they can be very destructive and controversial to the point to where it's not even worth it. What you do in that situation is you just ignore the person. Especially if it's a toxic person who has a history at that job for causing conflict or, animosity and stuff like that. Just ignore them. Completely ignore them. I know it's hard. I know you got to get up and go to work and see that person every day. That person probably work right next to you or right across from you, or you probably see them 6 times a day or half the day or whatever the case may be, or they probably park in your parking spots sometimes or whatever, bro. Ignore them. Focus on the money. Okay, like I said, bro, the simple fact is people will be intimidated by you. There is nothing you can do about it. All right. If you are at work, all right, and you go to work, let's say you go to work 5 days a week, so 8 hours a day. All right, you work 40-hour work weeks. Okay, there is an impossible. It is nearly impossible for you to be at work that much out of your week and not run into at least one person who's intimidated by you. It is crazy because some of the people who I find out were threatened and intimidated by me, I was like, what? Bro, whole time I'm looking up to you, G. Like, you kidding me? You really threatened by me, bro? Like, what is it about me? I don't know. Like, 'cause I'm looking at you and I feel like you killing me in every single metric, but you still intimidated by me. All right, guys. So the best thing you can do about it is just ignore it, man. Just ignore it because you can't get around it. It is impossible to get around it. All right. And like I said, going back to my first point of something that you don't want to do, the last thing you want to do, bro, is create an enemy. You don't need enemies in this world. I know there's a lot of people who they kind of thrive on having enemies. They are happy about the fact that people hate and they don't like them. Now, when it comes to haters, y'all know me. I already told y'all several times. I don't care about haters. I actually want haters, because it tells me that I'm doing something significant. But I don't really want people just to not like me. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm going hard, I'm making videos, I'm blowing up on YouTube, and people hating me for that. Hey, bro, that's cool. It comes with territory. But if some people just don't like me because I'm an asshole, like, I don't want that. I just don't want that. It's just not something that I want in my life. Now, I don't care if people hate me because of the positive things I'm doing. I love that. That actually makes me feel better. That makes me want to go harder. Because there's some evil people out there in the world and they don't want you to do great. And if they hate on me, bro, that's cool. If they threatened by me, that's cool too. If they're intimidated by me, hey, kudos to them. But if it's because of something, bad I'm doing, or because I'm being a dick, that's my fault, G. I'm creating unnecessary drama in my life, all right? So more of the story, guys, people being intimidated by you at work, bro, unless they're in your way, or unless they can make or break your career, or unless they have any type of contribution to your success, ignore it, bro. Ignore them, G. Like, that's the best thing you can do, bro. Just ignore them. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching the video today. It's your boy, KD. Thanks for tuning in. If you have not liked the video, please like the video. I was looking over some of my statistics and analytics, and I realized that a large percentage of the people who watch my videos are actually not subscribers. Okay, so if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, I really do appreciate you. I think at the time of making this video, we are almost at 9,000 subscribers. I think so. We're moving up there, man. We only been on YouTube for a few months now, but we getting up there, man. We getting up there. The goal for the end of the year is 50,000 subscribers. So don't know how it's going to happen, but I think it's going to happen. All right. It's your boy, KD. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We out here, baby.